Welcome to the bold analysis. Honestly, I've been taking my cool on this incident of Ogolla's death. And I don't just get Oscar Sudi should give us an answer. What is wrong with Kenyans raising questions over the death of General Ogolla? Babu in the morning raised some 11 questions, and let's just brush through these questions. I've tried to look at the questions that Babu asked, and I did not find any question that demands Oscar Sudi to give an answer, or any question that Oscar Sudi will have the capacity to answer, leave alone having both ability and the capacity to answer. And I think Kenya Kwanza must just give us the space, because you cannot say that you don't want people to ask questions. Let me just brush through the 11 questions by Babu. Babu did this post saying, if all these questions can be answered, then our hearts may stop bleeding. Otherwise, mambo ni matatu. So the questions that Babu asked were, where was the Westcom commander? Where was the Defense Forces Sergeant Major? Where was the Army commander? Why was a whole CDF using one helicopter with no helicopter escort? Why was he in the company of junior officers only? Which rank should fly a helicopter used by the CDF? Which gives parade to CDF in who gives parade to CDF in an operation when he is about to inspect his troops? How many helicopters should a CDF use while visiting an operation area? Why was he the only one to inspect a school and not his juniors? Who should be the next CDF going by the Tonje rules? And why is General Ogolla dead just after recent changes in KDF? Now, Babu did that post, and if you look at all those questions, I've done that analysis, and I've tried asking our viewers to just react and say, are they valid questions, or which they should just be regarded as mere political propaganda? Now, be it as it may, it is not true that Kenyans should not ask questions. And I've just seen a reaction from Oscar Sudi. I just want to read for you what Oscar Sudi is saying, and has titled it, Babu, please be mature and sensitive. Now, however much you are a politician, please do not politicize everything, even misfortunes like accidents. Grow up and be sensitive to Kenyans and the families that lost their loved ones. We've lost many people through accidents. I want you to get this part. We've lost many people through accidents by air or by road, and do not be too quick to conclude. Give the investigators time to tell us what really happened. Oscar Sudi, why are you even giving investigators time to tell you what happened? If yourself, you're already saying that there is nothing unusual with the death of Ogolla.
Jeremia Kioni, leo nataka ni kuongeleshe na mtu anaitwa Ogolla. Watu walikuwa wanataka kutuletea hasara katika taifa letu la Kenya. Jeremia Kioni, kama una watoto wanaweza kusaidia kiakili, ama kama una wajomba ama marafiki wa karibu, wacha mimi nikusaidie. Wacha kusema sijui William Ruto alipata hii, Raila Odinga alipata hii, sijui nani alipata gani. You are not IBC. Wewe sio team ya IBC, wewe sio anything. Wewe ulikuwa unasimama mjumbe kama mimi. Ujiulize kwanza ulishindwa vipi? Na kama hujui ulishindwa vipi, tell your family to please wakusaidie kiakili. Wacha kuhangaika sijui president sijui, hiyo ni maneno mengine mbali na maneno ilikwisha. Number 2. Mtu anaitwa Ogolla. Nashangaa vile tunaheshimu jeshi yetu. Wanakuanga na heshima kubwa sana Kenya na discipline. Hawapendangi indiscipline katika jeshi. Sijui mbona Ogolla baada ya kazi mpaka leo. Na tuko na watu wengi tutasema kila siku. Hata kuna huyo mwingine wa AP alikuwa anajifanya yeye ndiye anasimamia hapo maneno ya usalama hapo Bomas. Na ndiye alikuwa kateli mkubwa, mkora mkubwa, alikuwa anataka kuleta kumwaga damu hii Kenya. Tutawaambia every day. Lakini kitu tunataka tuambie wa Kenya, msikubali na hatutawahi mwaga damu kwa sababu ya hao wajinga. Ukishindwa kura kwenda nyumbani. Wacha kwenda kuungana pale kusema unajua tukifanya hivi itafanyika hivi, tukipanga hii itafanyika ile. Mungu ni mzuri sana. 207 208 tuliona maneno ya haifai. Juzi walikuwa wamepanga sana. Sijawahi kuona kwanza president mwenye amekuwa current president alafu akaenda opposition. Hii ni maajabu. But anyway, Ogolla na Kioni, hii Kenya ni ya Wakenya milioni 50. Wacha kuhangaika, relax, mwende nyumbani. Na nyinyi jeshi mtuambie, wenye wanasimamia jeshi, huyo Ogolla baada ya wakasi kwa nini? Yaani alitembea na mguu yake mwenyewe akaenda Bomas. Akaenda akaongea, aliongea. Akajaribu kufanya alikuwa anajaribu kufanya. Lakini Mungu anapenda Kenya sana, that's why alikataa na akasema lazima tutoe wa Kenya kwa minyororo ya wakora. Let me ask you Kenyans, kama Raila Odinga angechukua, it's not about Raila Odinga, hii nchi ingekuwa wapi? Uchumi ingekuwa wapi? Kama saa hii tuna struggle na walikuwa wamepora kila kitu, walikuwa wanang'ang'ana na kuita watoto watu wa hizi.
Because according to you, with that accident, because according to you, there have been accidents just like the ones by road and by air. By the way, it's true, yes. But do you want to believe that today, if President William Ruto or Rigathi Gachagua was involved in that plane crash, will you come here and tell us that it is just like any other accident? Give us a break. And he's saying this, and look at the man speaking with a lot of guilt. I knew General Francis Ogolla after he was appointed CDF. He was mature, wise, and calm man. Please accord him respect even when he's deceased. Look at, he's saying, is man speaking very guilty because at one point he is the man that really spoke ill about General Ogolla. I'm going to play that video. He's saying this, now answering this question. The same military ranks that flies alongside with the president are the same rank that flew alongside General Ogolla. Stop the very pettiness. Give us a break. Give us a break. I think Oscar should just give us a break. Give us a break. Tell that to the birds. General Ogolla flew with juniors, with his juniors. So, Magito walo mera. Makoto magito fuondi. I personally knew General Ogolla. Then, there was no leadership wrangles in the military. How do you know? How do you know? Do you also work in the military? He's saying, there was no military wrangles in the military. There was no contest in succession. General Ogolla would have clearly finished his term and retired peacefully. For information, why would someone be interested in influencing the leadership of military yet the same person has presidency at hand? Be sensible. So, according to what Sudi is telling us, so many questions have been asked there. So he only picks the ones he thinks he can play around with and answer. It can be true that there is no military questions and all that. But how about those questions at 11? How about, maybe Babu is asking, maybe the last ones you think are not there. But how about the first 7? How about the first 4? How about the first 3? In fact, this is the truth. I find it absurd that at the time Kenyans are asking questions. Remember, not all of us have the political mass that Babu have. Babu has a huge Facebook following. That is why when he makes that post, you can get your attention. But if you go to Twitter and Facebook, you will find Kenyans asking many questions. Also, Kenyans are asking those questions. The only thing here is, you cannot get attention. So Babu is just speaking the mind of many people. And if Babu is asking, even Azimio la Umoja released a statement this evening, and they are asking some questions that Babu Wino is asking there, give us a break. I don't think it's very absurd that Kenya Kwanza have resorted to use the Kipchumba Murkomen, the least of all, to respond to this question on Ogolla's death. And we cannot trade. If there is someone to give answers, If they wanted to give answers to Babu Owino, then military has an information desk. Those questions can be answered. And if that investigation is going to provide those answers, then should not tell us that we should not ask. You should not ask. Why is it we should not ask while investigation is going on? We should not ask. This is not the first time someone high profile is dying in this country. This is not the first time. The country has lost people in 2012 through a plane crash. So even me, I was asking, so many planes have been falling and there have been no flames. So Oscar Sudi doesn't even want us to ask about it because according to him, it is some pettiness because it was just a mere accident. Give us a break. Give us a break. We are not kids. Just go and tell that to people down there. Give us a break. Because, and you know, I'm a bit annoyed because I need to calm down. Now, guys, the fact that Oscar Sudi is coming to disparage the questions that Babu Owino asked on this plane crash is a red flag. And in fact, Kenya Kwanza so far are remaining on a high line. Just saying one thing, let's wait for investigations. Stop speculating. No one is speculating, by the way. People are just asking questions. And these questions are valid because a military man, head of military, the second most protected man, second to the president, cannot just die like a dog in the bush somewhere in West Pokot. Even me, I asked a question. Is it a coincidence that the military boss is dying in an area that is prone of bandits? So you cannot gag the people from asking. Because at the end of the day, people need answers. And if you have all these answers, then the best thing you need to know, if Oscar Sudi knows it's just like any other normal, and in fact, Oscar Sudi is even insulting the family. How about between him and Babu Owino, who is even insulting the ego, the intelligence of the family? People know very well. People are not stupid. I think wajinga waliisha. People know very well that it is not usual. It is not normal, Oscar Sudi. It is not normal, Mheshimiwa. It is not normal. And you know, I know why this is happening. The why Kenya Kwanza has come out, the why Oscar Sudi is coming out to speak about this is this for reasons. Number one, the narrative of a strained relationship between William Ruto and the military then at succession. Because I remember during succession, the military succession, Oscar Sudi, there is a video of Oscar Sudi calling Ogolla that Ogolla should not even be given that position. That was there. So that is the one reason that it's a bit of that succession bit. Number two, Kenya Kwanza have put up all their guns to absolve government of it. Let me say it for the record. No one has come out in public to say that Ogolla has been assassinated or that there is a political hand involved. No one has said that. Not even that Babu have said in that post. So you should not come with some sanitizer to try to sanitize government on this matter. That should not be the angle, because there's something said the no one has accused Kenya Kwanza on the death of Ogolla. What we are asking are just pertinent questions that even ordinary Kenyans can ask. The state of the helicopter. What about the nature of the tour? What about the security protocols? Those are the questions those are the standard questions that everyone can ask. So we should not be treated to keep quiet, wait for investigation, don't talk, don't speak. No one has speculated anything. If anything, we are not going to resurrect Ogolla and the other 9. So we are mourning, yes, but the Kenya Kwanza needs to give us an explanation because they are duty bearers. So the second reason is that there is a new strategy not to absolve William Ruto of the blame, because people think, there was a videos that had circulated earlier, and I saw those videos being shared in Twitter about this and that. Personally, I've been saying, I'm seeing William Ruto speaking, and himself, he looks beaten by it. Yes, I looked at his speech yesterday when he was speaking in State House. He was talking, he was shattered. Today when he was talking in the family, he was shattered. And no one has even pursued that angle of Ruto. Even Ruto is personally looking like he's really affected with it. So the likes of Oscar Sudi should just spare us that nonsense. Number 3, Oscar Sudi is talking because the question on Kenya Kwanza exhausting the military aircrafts. I remember there's a photo where Oscar Sudi used military aircraft. Oscar Sudi used the military aircraft. So that angle, or rather that angle, has also been in the picture. And that is why they're feeling a bit irritated with the fact that people are talking about this. Some of these questions that are being asked about the aircrafts, they might not even be answered by Ruto. Not even the military personnel administration will answer. But investigations are going to answer. What we are doing is, we have a checklist. The public is creating their checklist, so that if the report will come, we'll just check, is this report answering these questions? In fact, Babu is giving the investigators the checklist, is even making their work easier, so that when they come, they'll answer some of these questions. At the end of the day, who wants to be convinced? The public. You want to convince the public that there is nothing wrong, it is just an accident, or this and this. And remember, this investigation is not going to resurrect the dead. This investigation is going to define what next, what to be done. So that is why these questions that are being raised should not be downplayed, because there will be a next chief of defense forces. Even this plane might still, even these other planes are still flying. So do we have flying caskets there in the name of flying of helicopters? So it should not be, and in fact that is why I'm so mad about this. Oscar Sudi should not treat this as just mere people who are not politically mature. Tell it to the birds. That investigation is being done. If it is just a mere accident, there have been accidents of the road. Accidents happen for the road. Have there been investigations going on and any report being told about it? So they just go to the scene and told us the driver, I don't know, did that, I don't know, Mitch Barabara, I don't know, speed the governor, it has been that. So if himself he believes just a mere accident, why did president dispatch? He's even saying that president made a mistake to dispatch a team to investigate. So it should not. The other last angle, the other last reason why Oscar Sudi team have been sent to respond to Babu Owino is because of the public discourse. I think if this is an accident as they're making it usual, then no one should get wary of public discourse. Where do they want to control the public discourse? Let the public consume it. Those who think Nani was being assassinated, let them think so. Those who think it's an accident, let them think so. Those who ask questions, let them ask their questions. At the end of the day, we'll all listen to the report from the investigation. All of us are anxiously waiting for it. And the fact that people are asking questions should not be silenced. We should not be thinking like it is politically immature. I don't think that's it. If by the end, Oscar Sudi should not lecture us. He should not lecture anyone asking questions, because all of us are mourning. All of us are mourning. I was just getting some calls the way things are home, and sometimes politicians that people talk outside here as if they just don't know what's going on. That place is shattered. So many dreams are shattered, and I think just give us a break. Just allow us to ask those questions. If you have those answers, then just tell us. Just give us those answers, but don't try to silence us.